all right. We live. Everything good, everything crisp. Here we go, man. MIC podcast, episode 54, I believe. Community content, man. You get it all here. And listen, man, I got, another dope dude on the futon with me, man. Here to chop it up. We got the crown, you know what I mean, in a nice chilled fashion. You know what I mean? Blunt is ready, you feel me? But I'm here with the homie Jamil from the SparkChillCast, man, and man, it's good to see you, man. You know what I mean? We did your pod, you know what I mean, like a few months back, you know what I mean? It was good vibes, you know what I mean? Like it was real dope, you know what I mean? So only right for you to come through, chop it up on the futon, man, you know what I mean? Get the vibes and I know the homies not here, but I definitely want to talk about, like what y'all are built, what y'all are about. I know like the pod is changing, growing, you know what I mean? But I definitely want people to know just where y'all are coming from, and where y'all are at to this point, bro. So, are you originally from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh.
You grew up here.
I'm from the north side.
Okay, north side. And like, how was that? How was that growing up? Like,
well, on the north side back in the day, I would say it was okay. Like being a kid was cool. It was fun. You think about riding bikes, going over your friend's house, trying to run home before the street lights come on.
Facts.
So you don't get in trouble with your parents. But of course, the violence was still always going on everywhere we was at. Whatever we was part of, like growing up as kids on the north side, it was like we found support within one another. With that being said, it's like a lot of people feel like our parents should give us guidance and stuff and where to go and what to do, or what we wanted to be. But we were usually told what we wanted to do and what we wanted to be from our parents instead of actually deciding how we are and what we're good at. And once we became friends with one another, growing up, we end up seeing what we were good at, finding out our skills, what sports you might like, who might be a good friend, whose house you can go over. Other than that, it was growing up on the north side was enjoyable. It was fun.
Yeah.
Other than the normal stuff that goes on all over the world, but that became second nature to our environment.
Yeah.
And we were actually I wouldn't say got accustomed to it, but we adapted to our surroundings,
right.
situations, who we were around, and who we can talk to. But as you know, like myself, everyone I know on the north side, we still know each other.
That's dope.
We still say what's up. Like growing up in the same age bracket, like it was actually like I'm saying it still blows my mind that people still can remember you from just growing up in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
With a bunch of people that live in the area.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. No.
Real shit. Like, so, you said like, your parents or like, parents, at that time were like, pushing kids in like a certain direction. Like, did your parents ever like, try to push you in a direction that like you didn't really see yourself going in?
I would say not where I didn't want it, where I wasn't going in. I wanted to have more control of my destiny in my life than what my parents were saying, really. Because I knew they had the idea and they knew what was right. But I feel like what my parents wanted was more so what they wanted than was something that I really wanted because I was an athlete. I played football.
Okay.
So my parents basically
what position?
A receiver.
Oh, okay, word,
return. Yeah. Like I never came off the field. I was an athlete.
I feel that.
But like my parents, they wanted me to go to the league, which I wanted to too.
Okay.
But like as the more and more that I was growing up wanting to do that, it just seemed like that's something that they more wanted to do than I did because there was things I had to go through in life as a kid. Like I still wanted to go through things as a kid. I didn't want to be put into those situations where I wasn't able to be an adult. I didn't want to be a kid, adult in kid situations because I wanted to live my life. I wanted to have fun still. And I know once you get into business and serious about what you're doing, it just it takes away from that. A lot of people that are celebrities and stuff, they actually miss their childhood.
Facts.
They want to go back to being, a regular, normal person because they missed it. They never got the chance to do it. And, I always had that in my mind. Like, I don't know if I want, my child to be in that predicament or even if I will even go through that again for somebody wanting me to do something the way they want me to instead of me having control of my own life.
Yeah. So was football the thing for you just like throughout your entire life? Like was it like did you play like Pop Warner, like like all that shit?
So no, I started playing football when I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
I saved up money for my chores and stuff, signed myself up. My
Damn.
mom wouldn't even sign me up. She wouldn't even pay the money. She said, if you want to do it,
Hmm.
you gotta
Interesting.
put in the work for it. You gotta show that you want to do it.
Facts.
And from that point on, I did. That wasn't the only thing I played. I played soccer. I played
Okay.
baseball, tennis. I played every sport pretty much. Golf, swim. Whatever you think about. I play anything with a ball, stick, with your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or your feet. So I did everything. But no, I didn't think like everything was surrounded around football.
I feel you.
I seen what I'm doing now is I've seen myself doing when I was younger.
Hmm.
Was like pretty much being around people, supporting people,
Hmm.
and us helping one another
Yeah.
into being better or destining our own futures for one another.
Facts.
Because like I'm saying, you might have different desires than I have.
Hmm.
Just like people that you work with. So at that same time, I'm going to support you. I'm not going to be like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, but be the person you are.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if that's what you want to do, then I'm going to support you.
I feel you. So like, cause like you said, like celebrities, miss part of their childhood, like things of that nature. Like, do you feel like you just being involved in sports and like your parents like pushing you to like, well, not even pushing you because like you wanted to play football
Right.
at 11, like you saved up your money, but like once you were in that world, what do you feel like you missed, like or just like what kind of made it click for you to be like, I don't know if I want to keep going down this path, like.
There was something that I was told to do by coaches,
Mm-hmm.
scouts and stuff, and I know that that's what I wanted to do, but my parents were telling me like otherwise of what I needed to be doing to get to that level. So at that point, that like switched my whole mindset of like, okay, this is what they want out of me.
Did they not really have like perspective on like?
I think it was. I think they
Okay,
didn't have
yeah.
no perspective really
Yeah.
on it. And that was something I always kept trying to ask. Like, are you understanding what the coaches or scouts are saying?
Hmm.
Because like what they're saying doesn't sound like a normal conversation. It's something that you really have to think about what they're saying before you even give a response or a reaction to, because this is going to destine our lives as a
Yeah.
family and me as a player for them.
Yeah.
Which I am going to be going back and playing ball.
Oh,
again.
okay, word.
Yeah.
So what age did you stop?
Actually, it was after college. Actually,
Okay.
After IUP.
Okay, word.
And then I pretty much wanted to start going into like entertainment,
Sure.
clothing line, becoming more of an entrepreneur
Right.
in different fields, because I seen as my father, he was real creative in doing things, and he basically knew how to do a lot of different things. So I was like, well, I want to be able to know how to do different things.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I don't want to be one of the guys that don't know how to change your tire, or I know some people that don't even know how to put gas in their car.
Damn.
So like
That's crazy.
they just drive their car and
Until it stops, just be like, well.
and you think about it until it stops, or sometimes people put money in it, put gas in it, so you don't really never have to worry about it.
Damn, yeah.
Someone else is always driving it.
Shit, yeah, yeah.
And like, oh well, I'm not gonna have to worry about it because someone's always driving my car, and they driving more than I do.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Not putting gas in the car is wow, bro. I mean, but like, nah, cause like they actually even do that in Jersey, bro. Like someone will like pump your gas for you in Jersey. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, the self pump.
Like they do. Like I don't know, man. Jersey, just got their own shit going on.
They'll cuss you out. I was up there and they like got mad at me because I got out the car at the gas pump.
Because that's someone's job. Like, yeah.
I'm like, well, bro, like I'm saying, I know how to fill up my own gas
real
tank,
shit, bro. Like it, like, and it's like, bro, what amount of money could they be paying though? Like, it can't be like a substantial amount of money.
No.
You feel me? Like, I don't know.
That
Like,
was definitely like a temporary part-time job.
yeah, man. Nah, that's wild shit. But like, that's like a dope perspective to have. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know, just like kind of like men of this generation, just kind of, I don't know, like they just get caught up in like different parts of manhood.
Yeah.
Just like and like they don't really like develop like the other things. I feel like if you ask any nigga right now, how to change a tire, like out of 10 niggas, like maybe 3 or 4 might be able to help you. You feel me? And the other six are probably like Twitch streaming or some shit. Like you feel me? True. Like that's real shit. So like, do you feel like your years in college like help you kind of gain those fundamental skills, or like what do you think formed you? Like what part in your life like do you think formed that part about you?
I was gonna say I would say actually making that decision to move away from the city and the people I was around.
Yeah, that's huge. Facts. Yeah.
So like that actually changed everything.
1000%.
Like once I was around different people, a different environment, even doing things that I wanted to do, and you were around a group of people that wanted to do the same thing that you wanted to do, and like coming around that, seeing how that was like people working together actually to complete a project, to the mic, bro. Yeah. Complete a project or to even do an event together. Like I've been part of some crazy ass things that happened about IUP.
Yeah.
But it was so I would say amazing because you've seen so many students or people be part of something together. Facts. Because they all were interested in it. And it wasn't like, oh, well, I'm just doing it because this is part of a grade, or I'm doing it because, oh, my friend is doing it. Like people were in that, group or that organization because they wanted to do that.
Facts.
And, it just, that changed everything from there.
Like, was that like the vibe initially? Like, so like when like you pulled up, was there like kind of like a learning curve for you there that like you didn't really, you were just like kind of figuring stuff out, or like when you first got to IUP, you were like, I'm trying to get into like creative spaces and immediately.
I was gonna say, so basically it started when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
But it just it gave me the actual understanding of why I wanted to do that and what I was doing, because I was doing it in high school and that was where I was really learning. I was trying to figure out, okay, is this how I do, or are these the people I should be around?
As far as what, just like kind of creating events, or like what?
Just becoming the person that I am.
Okay.
Because still growing up, like you still are figuring out ways.
Facts.
To understand yourself, even if it's the people you're around, how you talk, even how you respond to people.
Yeah.
Whenever situations occur. So that actually clicked in a lot because, like in high school, we were all still learning at that point.
Facts.
And I'm saying I was to the point where I wasn't as much learning about who I was. I was more so trying to finish the last pieces before I made my steps or changed my life in college, because college was going to be a different
ball game.
Yeah, it was going to be all different. Like the lifestyle, who you're around, what you eat, like where you go.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff was different. So I had to like basically prepare myself, even if I was going to school to be an athlete, to play football and go to the league. Like I would have to adapt to those situations,
right?
Because you think about your schedule is different when you play. You're waking up early to do stuff that you won't even have to worry about doing later in the day because you have your other job to practice and train for the remaining of the day, and you'll probably have a couple hours to yourself.
Yeah,
and that's why you start noticing like the football team just hangs around each other.
Facts.
Like
they're the only each other like that, like they know for real. Yeah, you feel me? Like they came into the joint together, like practiced, work out every day. So yeah,
and they try to get that unity and being together like a consistent thing, because like if you start breaking from your team, you don't know what can go wrong. Like a lot of issues can happen just from one little mistake or one person just not responding, communicating. So that's why like you're not playing. There's not one person on the team. There's 11 people on the field.
Yeah, right.
So you got to work as a team if you want to win.
No, I feel that. It sounds like, just like prior to high school, I'll keep it a beam, man. Like when I was in high school, like preparing for college, bro, I wasn't like as making as conscious of an effort as you were to like kind of prepare yourself. Like I just kind of threw myself to the wind. You know what I mean? Right. Just like figured it out as I went. So you finally get to college, and like, did you feel like you had prepared like well enough for for that jump? Like,
I actually did feel like I prepared myself for that jump, and I was actually prepared for it. A lot of people said they're not really prepared for things like that, but I actually prepared myself going into college.
Yeah.
To be an athlete, and to be like a different person.
Yeah.
But again, you have to get used to not people that's in the same city or state as you. You're going to get used to people that ain't from the same state as you.
Yeah.
And that's different than, the people you're used to being around all the time. Like there's the Philly and Pittsburgh beef that I have no clue to this day
Yeah.
what it's really about.
Yeah.
I'm saying I was told it's about sports.
We're two different cities in Pennsylvania. We have to hate each other, right? Yeah.
Like, we gotta hate each other.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, well, you're only a couple hours from us. Like,
Facts.
you can drive the west if you want to.
I mean, but like low key though, Philly's like kind of mad far from Pittsburgh. Like it's like what, like 4 hours?
Yeah.
That shit is wild, bro. Like, yeah, we're so nah. Oh no, wait, 5 hours, bro. Shit, like, and y'all are in the same fucking state.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Like,
whole other end of the state.
Word, now, but yeah, but like, not to cut you off, Howie, but yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good, bro.
No, but no. So, you get to college and like, so what was like, kind of like your first taste of just like, just being in the creative scene in college for the first time, like, yeah, I mean, just like kind of break that down.
So being part of the creative scene, it was actually, I met a lot of people, and that actually helped me become more of the person that I am,
right,
and wanted to be, because they opened my eyes up to situations where, if these things occur, think about this, or this is another option you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I really, coming from the inner city, and then actually going to like, basically our colleges are in the suburbs, so basically going to the country or the suburbs was a completely different thing.
Culture shock for you.
Yeah, you basically putting a lot of different people in one area that
yeah,
don't even really are not used to this.
Whole bunch of different backgrounds.
Yeah, whole different backgrounds. Like I'm saying, I went to IUP and I was in Indiana and I was in the country. Like it wasn't even the suburbs. Like you seen cows and horses.
For people, right?
Like,
yeah,
you seen that on the roads more so you seen cars, but they were sharing the roads.
Yeah.
And it just was like, well, are we even supposed to be doing that
stuff
up here?
Yeah, right.
And just I don't know, just getting used to that, being around different people. I got used to Philly people after a while.
Okay.
I had to tell them like kill that that weird beef. I don't even know what that's about. Really.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, I know you in Philly, PA, and I'm in Pittsburgh, PA. Yeah, we got the Steelers that's better than, the Eagles, or they're diehard Flyer fans.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
The Flyers you can't say nothing about. So
yeah.
I'll let them have their title. We know about the Penguins already, so
yeah.
We look at everyone looks at championships when it comes to the sports.
Yeah,
but,
facts.
We're in the same state. We got to be unified.
Unified, yeah, somehow, right, yeah.
But I feel like with us being like that, it actually made us stronger as cities being in the same state, because like it's not like we're competitive of one another. Is that we understand the grind, what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Because we're coming from a lot of hard and difficult situations to be where we're at. Because think about it, I think Kevin Hart, he's from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even thought that. Like, and then we already know about Meek Mills and his situation. Like, but he agreed and he owned up that that's what he was part of. So, all of that stuff just, I don't know, it hits me differently, because here in Pittsburgh, it seems like we don't have that support, or we don't have or PA, we don't have a strong support system. And, a lot of people have to push and push and push and do what they got to do to get known or be seen. And we always look at New York or Atlanta or Georgia and wonder why they are doing so well, where people can go there and make more money or do what they want to do quicker than people do here. And that's where, I feel like, we've getting stronger as a state to be the people that we are, because we understand where it comes from, coming from the mud, really, I should say. We're not having anything. We understand that, and we're actually using all of this stuff to better ourselves as people. And like how we were speaking off camera, like there's a lot more things going on here than ever before.
Facts.
And like it's like, why did it take so long? Or what was the point? What was the purpose? Like, what was the agenda? Like, what was your reasoning for y'all just now doing all this stuff instead of over the years of doing this stuff? There's something that you guys didn't like with the city, or was there issues that you guys couldn't, resolve for you guys to make this an opportunity for people? Because it gives people opportunity.
Yeah.
You're opening doors for people. You're letting people be seen and be heard that no one in PA is being able to do. And now I'm saying we spoke about it too. We're actually starting to be heard and be seen, and people want to come here. People want to be, doing work with us here. Like it's like, well, damn, where was this shit at years ago?
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't we have this before? And,
so like, was Oh yeah, no, we gotta. You know, my man gotta. Yeah, yes sir. My man, yes sir. All right, bro. Yes sir, bro. Yeah, man. Let me get up. Yes sir. Be safe, bro. All right, yes sir. Boss man had to head out real quick. You feel me? But now so like you're in college. Like, what was like one of the I don't know, just like memorable things that maybe that you kind of put together or like were a part of that really kind of really lit your fire and be like, okay, like once I graduate from here, like what'd you get your degree in?
Bachelor's of Health and Science.
What?
Bachelor's of Health and Science.
Okay, health and science. Okay, so like you're like, all right, I'm about to get my health and science degree. But like that's not where my passion lies necessarily. You know what I mean? Like I need a degree. I'm here. You feel me? But like, was there anything that like you just really were like, nah, man, like in that you were either a part of in college, like help put together that like really just kind of be like, nah, once I leave here, man, like I'm gonna try to make something shake with with what I got going on with this.
I was gonna say freshman year is when I met and I actually became friends with people from different states.
Okay.
Like I really didn't even have friends from Pittsburgh.
Damn. Okay.
College.
Okay.
Like, so that was like something weird too.
Yeah.
Because our city.
I don't even think that's like really weird, bro. Because like I mean, I went to Penn State, so like when I was up there, like I mean, my freshman year roommate was from Maryland. I mean, like I ended up going to the same high school as him. But bro, like apart from that, bro, like I ain't know no one from Maryland, like for real, like that. You know what I mean? Like I obviously like I'd bump into people from Maryland there, but like I wasn't like my direct friend group like wasn't necessarily from Maryland at all, bro. So I definitely get that. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was like Philly, Maryland, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Oh wow. Okay.
Delaware.
Word.
And there was a dude. He came from Texas, and I'm like, I asked a dude from Arizona and Texas, like, what made you come all the way to Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Like, and they just, I don't know, like it feels like people knew about what was going on here ahead of time. Like it's bound that the state of Pennsylvania will come up financially and just all the way around. Like the city's going to come up, the state's going to come up. Like it's been going through so much hardship for a long time, knowing that it's a Commonwealth state too. That makes it even more harder for people to do things.
Yeah.
But like as we've been mentioning, it's been actually opening doors up for people lately, to us to network, to actually be heard, be seen.
Yep.
And to get ourselves out there, be able to be voiced.
Nah, for sure. So yeah, like what happened freshman year? Like what was like the event or like
the event was it was a party.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
We threw a party. So I didn't throw the party.
Okay.
I actually was like the party planner.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was a girl that was cool with us. She was like real friends with us. She just wanted to hang out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And her roommates were just always cool with my roommates.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, we're always over here after class just chilling, and then we're always back and forth. I'm like, you know what? We might as well just throw a party here at your house.
Oh shit! At her crib, yeah. Like
crib.
A party would go crazy in your crib, like yeah.
You got a nice crib.
Yeah.
Like, you ever think about that?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, but we didn't want to do it. I'm like, you need to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is like the perfect setup. Like,
right.
And you're not too far from campus, like, and you're in the cut, so it's not like people will be able to be seen walking up and down the street or cars pulling up.
Yeah.
Like, and you have she had like a parking lot that was her own driveway. And they had a 4-bedroom.
Damn.
I'm like, well, how you got a parking lot that can hold like 12 cars?
Yeah.
I'm like, you have a party here. Like, and half the people won't even drive because they know they're gonna be drinking.
Word.
So me and my roommates, my friends, and her friends actually agreed to doing that. And again, they're not from Pittsburgh. They were from other places.
Okay.
Virginia, Ohio, Philly. And it was just weird again. So I'm like, well, maybe this is just meant to be. Let me try it. Let me try this. And we all agreed on it. We sat down, I think during lunch after all of our classes, spoke about it. After all of our classes, went over there to hang and chill at her crib, and we all spoke about it again. And I think that later that weekend, it was a party.
Word.
Free admission. You just had to take a shot.
Oh, dope. Hey. Yeah. That's a perfect admission, bro. I mean, that sounded like it was going up.
It was lit all the way around. The police didn't even bother us. We told everybody in the party, like, if you're going to go outside, just go in the back in the parking lot. Because that's still our property. And, police won't, evade because the sound, and you couldn't even hear shit from the outside.
Fire, yeah.
So it was like great as soundproofing in their crib. What made it better to have a party. And it was a great party. It lasted
Damn,
until about
cuz
like 6 in the morning.
yeah, bro, I missed that house party vibe, man.
Man.
Shit, bro, that college house party vibe, bro, was
It
different.
was most definitely
Different, bro.
It felt like it was supposed to be.
Word, yeah, real shit. Like,
this is supposed to happen.
yeah, like this is life. This is regular life. I'm like living regular life right now.
This is what we do on the weekend when we're back home anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
This is normal.
Facts, man. No, that's dope. And like, was that like? Did you find yourself just keep on throwing parties? And like, that's the lane that like you kind of find yourself in, just like an event planner kind of thing.
So yeah, I was gonna say I probably threw a couple parties up college. Well, I planned them at people's places or venues. But even I did catch the idea from what I'm doing now from that.
Yeah, sure.
Just from the vibes, you know, what people like and what they're interested into. That basically made me decide what I can really be good at, and I basically went from there. I ended up meeting the person, and we clicked from there and made it happen.
Nah, that's dope. And like, I definitely want to get into that. So when did you and Aki like have your own individual situations before y'all came together, or like was it always like y'all linked and then it was like, okay, like let's start to build this thing?
So like we linked with each other. I think we started working at the same job. We was in orientation together.
Oh shit,
So
that's
you
crazy.
come in with a group of people, and like you all see where you see about the person's background who you're working with.
Yeah.
Where you from? Where you used to work at before here? Stuff like that. And I was gonna say, yeah, we would go breaks. Every break, we would just stay with the people we had orientation with, talk to each other. And then like, people started to push people's brains. See where they at like in life or what they want to do. And that's what a lot of people do when they're at union jobs because that's a long-term job. They want to see what else you're doing, or if you're only going to be here for a little bit so you can get back into your other business. So like a lot of people I was with, they were talking about business. I think there was me, Aki, and I think this dude, forget his name.
And just for anyone who may not know, Aki is he's done the podcast with up to
yeah,
to this point,
the other co-host on the SparkChillCast
for sure.
But yeah, we end up linking from there on lunch break. I think we spoke about it pretty much every break. Pretty much we spoke about it briefly about us, what we wanted to do, who we, what things that we like doing, basically our hobbies, what we maybe wanted to do with ourselves.
Yeah. And
he always spoke about, him streaming games. He was off and on streaming games, and I was like, okay, well, I'm big when it comes to the internet.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's dope. Maybe we could try something one day. And we start trying to think of things we can do. Like he's a gamer. I'm basically a person with resources to network and connect with.
Facts, right. Which is huge. I mean, like that's everyone. I don't care what line of business you're in. Like you need someone like that.
That's true.
Yeah,
and that's what he agreed to. He saying too. He said, that's dope. Maybe we should really be serious about what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna think some more onto it. So I kept thinking. Probably took me about like a week, maybe 2 weeks. But we still spoke every day on lunch. We only was around each other, at work for 5 days. But after like 2 weeks, I was like, you know what, we should do like a podcast or something like that. That's something that's like trending right now.
Yeah. Just like just something to just like kind of like get those creative or just like that energy out.
That energy
yeah,
out. Right. What he's good at and what I'm good at. And figure out how we can do this podcast because like I'm saying there wasn't too many podcasts that was really here in our city as is.
Right.
And then on top of that, we wanted to try to figure out, being who we are, that wasn't like someone else. Because a lot of things with podcasts, you can see that they maybe be, I would say, use their same content or they would do similar things. But that goes into you having your own niche or your niche, which a lot of people I feel like don't think of when they start, not just podcasts, but businesses. They don't have their own niche. And that's what gets a lot of people to notice. It does get you noticed, but then it's like, okay, well, I'm seeing the same thing here, or I see that same image over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess people wondering, like, okay, so is this how this started, or is this where this came from?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that was really going on at that time when we were coming up with this idea,
Just like with like other podcasts.
just in businesses.
Okay.
Because we do a clothing line too.
Yeah, facts.
Clothing
We're
line.
definitely yeah, definitely gonna get into that. Shout out to Gemini
Yeah,
Buzz for
Gemini
sure.
Buds are a clothing line that we do too. But
Yep.
like the podcast and the clothing line came up together as, us being both Geminis.
Okay.
And then, pretty much SparkChillCast came up with us just chilling.
Yeah.
We smoke, we drink a little bit, just have conversations
Yeah.
about things that go on and not in life, or some things that we're dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
that we might have an opinion to. That maybe we can get answers not from just, us here, but from people that are watching as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that just really that kicked off from there once we had that idea of how we wanted to do it.
Yeah, y'all
And
just
it
kind of went for it.
went forward from
Yeah.
it. And it went like we did 3 seasons. Um,
Well, no, I mean, like, like before we even get into that, like, what were like some of like the initial days of the podcast, like, because like again, man, like when we went over there, man, it was the setup was like the green screen, you know what I mean, like we're smoking, chilling, drinking, you know what I mean, and y'all also live stream y'all's pod. So did it always start off like that, or did that kind of morph? Because like, just speaking as far as this goes, right? Like it started with me and Mike just literally just talking shit in front of the camera, literally, bro. Like for damn near 15, 20 episodes.
Right.
You feel me? Then like we definitely started, but like that was necessary to like kind of like build a foundation so that we can reach out to like guests and like different people that like we want to like speak to and like have their voice heard, or like like have the city kind of like tap into them.
Right.
You feel me? So like what did it morph into that, or did it like was it from day one that's how it was
yeah, so
pretty much running?
Day one we started like live. Like day
Okay,
one was
wow.
live.
How'd you feel about that? Like that's a pretty big bold decision. Yeah,
It was big. And
yeah.
like, I told him I'm like, are you sure about coming live? And he was
Right.
like, well, bro, I live stream on a game and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I hear you on that, but I'm like, they about to see us completely.
Yeah,
like they ain't
right.
about to get a headshot of you,
Right.
a mug shot just from your shoulders and up.
Word.
He was like, yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, when we do it, we're going to do it. I'm saying, of course, we're going to have some jitteries and stuff. But once we did it, like we did it the first time we went live, and I believe it was basically just chilling.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, when we drink, we smoke, and we're listening to music, we usually come up with ideas. We, come up with conversations. We even question some things that people allow or people continuously to do that relates onto our self, being who we are, or even doing certain things.
Yeah.
So we always had those conversations. They could be deep, they could be funny, they could be serious.
Sure.
Like they could be all type of conversations, but we were always having questions to one another, or if we had somebody there chilling with us too, they would have some things on their opinion or have questions too that they might be confused on. And it basically went from there. Like our whole first season was like pretty much general conversation.
Okay.
And we didn't have no one on our podcast. It was just us.
Yeah.
People that were chilling with us, coming over, kicking it with us.
Yeah.
We would just be like, all right, you cool to be on camera?
Mm-hmm.
They be like, I'm like, it's only gonna be like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be an hour.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh fuck it, it's cool. Like, and we went from there.
Yeah. So when did you? I mean, like that sounds dope. So like, I mean, when did y'all start implementing guests? Like, and like, what made y'all want to start reaching out to guests?
We started having guests at our last episode of season 2.
Okay.
We had Bruce Lee on there.
Yeah.
And that was introducing our podcast of having guests. Entrepreneurs or music artists. He was a music artist.
Yeah.
That was signed, but he hasn't announced him being signed.
Yeah.
So we had him still just being under there as an underground rapper. But he was saying that stay tuned for my album. His album did drop already. His music is fucking blowing right now. And where we basically gave him the exclusive interview. I believe that was probably his first live interview that
Damn.
he's done with us, and we were drinking, smoking, and
That's
it
gonna be so dope to like look back on type
oh,
shit. Yeah, it's
it's
gonna be
gonna be
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like he even got. That's what I was about to say. We
Mm-hmm.
ended up starting. He gave us an okay. He played some music
Mm-hmm.
off of his album, unreleased.
Dope.
Didn't even come out. I think it's been probably was like 6 months or something, 6-7 months before it even came out.
Yeah.
And we were able to play 3 songs on there on our podcast, which was the first time live for him and a live interview for us.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, our interviews became literally exclusively to people that just tune in. Like, and I'm saying if you follow us, because a lot of people don't really market or promote themselves as much. So therefore, like that's what we do as well for
Yeah.
people that we have on our pod, so that they know that they have that support from us, just as well as we want you to be comfortable when you
Yeah.
come on the pod and for interview.
Nah, facts.
But yeah, that was dope. Like and his manager actually texted him. While I was
Oh.
on the pod.
Oh shit.
So,
Damn. So like some more exclusive content
yeah,
right there. Yeah.
He texted him while we was on the pod and asked him like, "I see that you're on the pod. I see you're live right now.
Yeah.
And you playing some of the music off your album." He's like, I really don't want you to do that.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But he was like, since you're having a great interview, you're doing good.
He let it rock.
He let it ride.
Yeah.
We didn't push no more than 3 songs.
Yeah. Facts.
And we didn't even play the whole song.
Yeah.
We played about like a couple. We played like probably 30 seconds, 45 seconds
Mm.
of 3 songs.
I feel that.
That actually released on video too.
I feel that.
And we're in some of his videos too.
No, and then like we're definitely gonna get to that too. Nah, that I definitely have some questions about that. But were there any like kind of growing pains or like learning curves that, like y'all went through when creating the pod, or like just even leading up to like your first interview? Like was there some shit like you kind of burnt your hand on the stove, so to speak, to be like, okay, yikes, not doing that again? Like
that's funny that you say that, because a lot of people ask us that question.
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
Oh shit. Okay.
People were like, "Oh, that's too good to be true," and I was like, "Well, we started our podcast a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
We met 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we took a whole year planning all of this stuff out. Like, and I'm not no Debbie Downer, but I'm going to most definitely prepare for the worst if something is abroad or something could happen.
Sure.
So we spoke about situations like
that's
that.
just proper planning for real. Like,
I wanted to execute everything that we were doing without worrying about too many times of being burnt. Like I'm saying, you can understand with getting burnt once and probably a while, like some time, but you don't want to consistently keep getting burnt, because
1,000%.
it's going to start messing up what you do, how you work,
and
then it's going to cause issues. So we try to like basically plan and organize as much as possible, so it can be executed when we do it.
Yeah.
Like, and we really didn't have any times besides, I'm saying, maybe if like our equipment tried to fell on us while we were
type
already
shit. Yeah.
And like when that did happen, we already prepared for it.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
We fixed it right then and there. If it was a battery change or if it was a bad wire,
Facts.
we was already prepared. Like we got extra wires, we got extra batteries. Like I'm saying, we're trying to make sure.
Y'all were on it. It sounds like, for real. Yeah.
I'm saying, and I didn't want us to, because you got to think about in life, we don't want to keep going through things over and over and over.
The lesson will present itself until you learn it. It'll constantly present itself until you learn it. That's the thing about life,
that's
bro.
That's the truth. I really agree to that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's things that happen with people.
Yeah.
Like, and they always question, like, well, why has this happened? Why is this still happening?
That shit is a motherfucker, bro. Cause like, I mean, like, I'm even still going through that shit, and it's just like, it'd be crazy when like you think you've, I mean, like you've almost like kind of graduated karate belt. You're like, all right, fuck it, like. I mean? Right. I got that under my wing now. Like, that's done. And then, like, the same, like, not necessarily like the same shit, but it's like something else happens where you're like, okay, maybe I don't necessarily know everything yet.
Right.
Let me sit my ass back down. I know a lot up to this point. I don't know everything. I don't know it all. You feel me? It's still room to learn, still room to grow. So, I definitely feel what you're saying about that.
And that's where I would say, like, I would never say that we're perfect or we're, we don't go through things.
Yeah.
And I would say we wouldn't go through things when it came to our business, but more so like, maybe like the communication part or or even having an understanding.
Sure.
Usually would be the things that we would go through with one another, but that was pretty much the only thing that we went through with one another. And that, I would feel like that's just with anybody, like, family, friends that are real close.
Mm.
They're gonna, bat heads on,
Yeah, right.
discussions and give their opinions until we both have an understanding of maybe this is how we can do it, or this is just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And usually I would say that what made us better.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had a better understanding with what I was saying, on top of whenever he was saying, I had an understanding how he was.
Mm-hmm.
And that made us better individually and as a group, as a team, because we knew how each other was. We knew how maybe what you might be able to understand, or what might be something that you are capable of doing. Because, like, we don't want to exert all work on, one person if they're not can't handle it. We want to be able to take off some type of pressure, that we're dealing with as a team. Because if you're going through something, I'm going through something. It's not that you're just going through something and I'm just fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, this thing doesn't work without us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
one person can hold it, but, like, and then it's like, okay, well, how long is the person going to be able to hold it until they're able to discuss or talk about things?
Hmm.
And that's just what all people in business, people in relationships,
Yeah.
people in friendships, like, that's a life thing, I say.
It's a
Like,
fact.
and I'm starting to learn that every day. Like, being an entrepreneur, we start to learn that the stuff that we deal with as
It's like
entrepreneurs
people.
or
Yeah.
business people, that we go through this in life. Like, we have to have that understanding that, this is how things got to be for this to work, or
Mm-hmm.
this to happen. Because if you don't understand that, and the other people you're working with don't understand that, then it won't really, like,
Blossom and, like,
Yeah.
yeah, flourish.
it won't flourish.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what, I always think about every day. Like, when I wake up, I think about how I can better myself every single day.
Hmm.
What can I could do different about myself to better the people I'm around, on top of bettering myself?
Yeah.
Because I'm saying I'm in this world where it's not just me. I'm in a world with people. But I also, at the same time, I have to understand the different types of people
Yeah.
that you can converse with, or even have certain, conversations with.
For that.
Because I'm saying some things you can talk with people that are deep, some people you can't.
Mm-hmm.
And these could be strangers, these could be people you've been around just a couple days now. But, like, it all depends on how you end up feeling from that person, or how they make you feel.
Has there,
about
like,
them.
ever been an interview where, like, you were chopping up with someone, like, you asked them shit and, like, they're like, nah, like, I'm not, trying to talk about that?
Uh, did we interview somebody? Or is that what you're asking? Or did we interview somebody?
Oh no, like, I'm just, like, saying, like, over, like, the course of y'all's, like, pods and, like, interviews of, like, the people, like, you have, like, has there been any guests, like, any people that have been on that, like, you've asked that, like, and, like, they're like, nah, like, I'm not trying to answer that, or, like, have they been pretty open for the most part?
Well, and that's funny that you say that.
Mhm.
No, a lot of people have not held back and not wanted to talk about things, because they know that this is an opportunity for them to be heard,
Yeah.
and for, their time to be seen. Because a lot of these people don't be heard. They're never being seen,
Yeah.
but they're always putting this work in. But we never see these people.
Hmm.
Like, people will come on your pod or watch your channel and be like, oh, I seen dude before, or I know that person.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
and be like, oh, okay, let me watch and see what they've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
They watch. Now they get a nice little insight on this person that they haven't seen in a long time, or they seen from pictures
Mm-hmm.
that they probably liked but never actually reached out to talk to. That gives I wouldn't say an open door, but that gives a green light for you to try to speak, try to talk to that person, try to give yourself a chance
It's a fact.
to, network with the person that you might be able to network with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no one's really held back, because I always tell people, like, this is for you. Like, I'm doing what I'm doing for you. I enjoy what I do.
Mm-hmm.
What I do. So don't think that I'm worried about you speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to speak.
Facts.
Like, I want you to talk.
Speak for the whole hour. Like,
Right,
I'll say a word. Like, yeah.
Talk the whole. And it's funny that you said that. I had a person I talked pretty much the whole lot.
Yeah.
Like, I asked 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me I asked 2 questions for a whole hour? This person held it down.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I was like, well, this was a great day.
Yeah. I didn't have to do shit. Yeah. Like,
I learned a lot. Like,
yeah, right.
And I'm saying,
those guests are the best, bro. Like, like the ones that just like come ready to fucking go. You feel me? I'm like, yeah.
Like, and they know that this is their chance to shine.
That's a fact.
This is their opportunity, because I'm saying this could be probably their first and only interview.
Word.
This could be their
first of many. Yeah, that's a fact.
And you never know until you actually apply yourself to the interview, or actually give yourself a chance to do it. Do
you ever think of like just the implications of like giving someone their first ever interview? Like, does that ever kind of just be like, damn, like this their first interview, and it's like with me, like, do you ever like kind of?
Well, I'm saying I wouldn't say I questioned it as much. I would say that I actually see if the person is very wary about it, or if they are understanding of like this being like the first time a meet and greet, or their first interview. Even my first time doing an interview with this person that I probably never really seen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I would.
That like never like like really dawns on you throughout the whole process. Or just like you kind of keep going. And
no, actually it pushed me on top of push them.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I've had on the podcast with, I end up still actually reaching out with, communicating with.
Fire, yeah.
We still contact.
It's like a genuine connection. Like,
yeah. We still reach out with one another. We see if one another need help, or even some inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what business owners or people really need, is that inspiration, some motivation, like somebody that can give them some hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm saying every day we're strong people, but how long can we be strong without looking at another person or feeling something from another person?
Right.
Like, a lot of that is normal. That's being a human being.
Type shit, yeah.
All the 5 senses. So I'm saying with having that, it goes a long way.
I feel that.
Really inspiring, supporting, giving hope, motivating. That goes into relationships, friendships, actually builds friendships, build relationships, that builds companies. Like, actually being able to communicate and push, like motivating each other. Like, because a lot of businesses fail, I would say not just hope, not just from management, not from just the workers, but it comes into being a thing where we have to communicate. I'm saying you could talk to anybody in whatever department. They might feel like, something is not being told to them, or they're not being given enough work because of, what type of person they are, or how they are, or what they talk about. And that always contradicts the company, even if you believe it or not. But I'm saying that person ended up feeling some type of way, having an emotional disbelief on something with the company or a person that's in the company.
Right.
And if that's not resolved, it's going to cause some.
Going to bleed in other aspects of the whole operation.
It's going to affect. There's a lot of businesses that make a lot of money, but who can say those businesses are great businesses?
That's a bar for real.
Like, you make the money, but are you really
at what cost?
Right, at what cost? And I always think about that every day. Like, how is this company still able to keep growing when there's better companies with better services that can't even make the money?
That are like more like they have more of like a moral nucleus.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's not just about making the money. It's like actually providing a genuine service. Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah. And like I feel like it's always, well, we already know in businesses it's more of a money scheme.
Yeah, I mean this country is literally just built on capitalism. Yeah.
And I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday too. Like, I'm saying we keep lowering the value of our currency, every single year. The more money that we print, knowing that we're supposedly broke already, we keep throwing more money out.
Yeah.
How much more are you going to put us in debt and then blame the country for us being the cause of us being in debt, when if we've resolved that situation or even found out what is wrong for us to be in debt, like,
Resolve it a whole lot quicker.
Oh, and I'm saying we wouldn't be like a that type of country.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be looked at like that.
Nah,
A
real
lot of
shit.
countries look at us like we're pretty much weak.
We're like the reality TV of like the world.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying they watch us on TV.
Yeah,
outside the country. They're
Yeah,
not really
facts.
watching their own people.
Yeah.
Like they're watching MTV.
The fuck those niggas over in the US doing?
Yeah,
Like,
on the US, and it's getting translated.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
So it just
Nah, I definitely that's that could definitely be like a whole other pod. Yeah, I mean like a whole other pod episode. We get in the pockets, but
Right.
I definitely like want to bring it back to like what y'all built, what y'all are doing, and you guys promote. Thankfully, like a lot of businesses, man. You know, what I mean, like a lot of black-owned businesses, but it's like businesses in general as well. Did that aspect of like what you guys do kind of inspire you? Because like you said the Gemini Buds and the SparkChillCast, like they kind of came in hand.
Yeah.
So when you guys were promoting all these like other businesses, did that kind of inspire you to like I don't know, just like even kind of go with Gemini Buds a little bit harder, or just like kind of give you a new perspective, just like kind of surrounding yourself with these entrepreneurial minds like that, like.
So like I would say like it made us actually apply more pressure on the SparkChillCast, and we kept the Gemini Buds exclusive. The reason why is because I do so much digging. Like I'll probably spend the whole day digging until I find nothing. Like on something.
Yeah,
and
right.
Like, and that's what I do with anything.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that does something, I dig. And I'm saying anyone would do that if you're a follower.
Facts,
or if you're
right.
interested in what someone's doing.
Facts.
Or what you want to do.
1000%.
Right. So I did my digging into that, and yeah, it made us want to apply more pressure on the SparkChillCast, keep the Gemini Buds exclusive, because it's not too many Zodiac clothing.
Yeah.
And merchandise.
Yeah, I can't even really. Yeah, I mean, I'm not huge in that scene personally, but I can't like not really come to mind for real. Like,
and the thing too with it, and it's just not straight Zodiac, it's smoker friendly stuff as well.
Go, yeah.
So like a lot of people be like, oh well, I'm not into the Zodiac.
I can get down
stuff.
with that, but I can get down with that.
Yeah, and then you like, oh well, shit, it got the smoke in it.
Yeah,
right,
word.
Like, and it's not like feminine. It's not into like the horoscope more. So it's more into like how we know sex sells. So we apply what people will be interested into, not just females, but if it comes to anime or cartoon, we're selling what things people will be interested in with these Zodiac and smoker friendly things.
Dope.
So you won't really get no sign or anything on your shirt.
Yeah, facts.
You're gonna get some people will be like, oh, okay, I like what's on there.
Right.
Where you get that from?
Facts.
So that's pretty much we pretty much didn't put it on the back burner. We kept it exclusively. We actually still been working on it.
Yeah.
We actually almost finished with the first season of Zodiac. So,
Okay.
And that's all 12 months, three different designs.
Colorways for each of them?
Yeah.
Or like, okay.
Oh, big color waves.
Okay.
Color waves, designs, all 12 months will all be done.
Dope.
So we were pretty much just working on doing that, and then we're going to launch the site once the whole first season dropped of that, of our designs and the Zodiacs, and then we was going to drop the site with the second designs of all the Zodiacs.
Fire.
So that everybody can have their own shit. You'll have keychains, key rings, grinders, ashtrays, I'm saying blunt holders, bowls. I'm getting crazy with it.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you all the insight.
Yeah, no, facts.
I'm gonna have all of that.
That's dope though.
All the clothes too. So it's gonna be mainly your Zodiac, but you're gonna have smoker friendly stuff as well.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying you don't gotta just smoke weed for it. You can smoke cigarettes. You can smoke a black. I'm saying ashtrays, even car ashtrays. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
But that's why I said I really not put it on the back burner. I kept it exclusively so we can keep applying pressure with people, because we want people to be heard. We want them to be seen. Like, and
you good.
We want people to be seen. We want people to be heard, and we just really want to continue promoting people.
My man, yo, Jamil, bro, thank you for coming through, man.
Most definitely.
I really appreciate the conversation, bro. Like, is there, just kind of give your social media, anything you got coming up as far as events, your own personal brands or brands like you want to promote, man. This is the time, bro.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, on YouTube, SparkChillCast. It's all one word. SparkChillCast. All one word. You can find it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and we on TikTok as well.